What happened to Deathstroke after Arkham Knight in the Suicide Squad game? And how come Waller didn't choose him, the world's best assassin, instead of the world's second best, Deadshot? This is one of many questions I've been trying to figure out since this game dropped, and finally I have a real answer that kinda makes sense. I used to believe that Deathstroke was just too hard to pin down considering he's the closest to Batman when it comes to being elusive, but this Suicide Squad Kill the Justice League tie-in comic pretty much tells a slightly different story. And if you want to know how Waller actually had a chance to get Deathstroke on the team and learn how this version of Waller has to be one of the most evil, even more so than the scum she captures, stay until the end. The story starts off with a guard that's just as happy as can be, and when he lists off the things he's grateful for, his narration pretty much clears up several plot holes. He's grateful and feels lucky to be working at the new Arkham Asylum. He's glad that he worked for Argus, and he's happy that Amanda Waller is his boss. But the icing on the cake is that he gets to beat up Killer Moth for not making his bunk correctly. Hold on, didn't Killer Moth get taken out by Red Hood? No, apparently he's still alive, and that would make a lot more sense. But how? Maybe Red Hood got the wrong guy. A trend that you will notice in this story is that it answers a lot of questions, but also raises a few. But now we know that Amanda Waller and Argus control and built Arkham Asylum back up. And this happy-go-lucky guard is doing this under Amanda Waller's blessing. When she briefed them on their job at Arkham, she basically told them that the people in Arkham Asylum are scum anyways. So if you mistreat them, it's okay, so just go nuts. One guy expressed his concern that if these super criminals get out or escape, they will remember who hurt them, and Waller brushes him off, saying that the government has spared no expense making sure that no one escapes. Now back to this happy ass guard. He begins his rounds mistreating everyone every chance he gets. He eats Shot's food. He kills Harley's favorite pet. He gives Boomerang chum instead of real food. And he spikes Deathstroke's sedative with neurotoxin just for laughs. Everything was great for the happy-go-lucky guard until he heard this horrible sound. Cell security protocols deactivated. And within seconds, that happy-go-lucky guard wasn't so happy, because he, along with every single other guard, was just getting straight up mauled by the inmates. Deadshot and Deathstroke were even debating on who got to stomp on the not so happy guard's head. In the midst of the debate, Deadshot and Deathstroke and some no-name villain gets to know each other, and Deadshot introduces himself as the world's deadliest assassin. But Deathstroke quickly shuts that down as he stops the not-so-happy guard from getting away with some cool ricochet move that knocks the guard out, explaining to Deadshot that he's actually number one, not Deadshot. Deadshot remembers a move very similar that happened while he was on a contract. He was trying to extract information from some guys before killing them when someone far away shot a ricocheting bullet that killed every single person with just one bullet except Deadshot. When the mystery man shot at Deadshot, Deadshot got the better of him and downed him. Deadshot asked Deathstroke if it was him because he never got to see the body because Green Lantern had caught him and put him away. And Deathstroke immediately denies that it was him. And honestly, I believe him. The artist tries to fool us by making the silhouette of the mystery shooter look like Deathstroke, but it isn't based on the Codex entries in the game. Deadshot was literally fighting another Deadshot according to the Codex entries, and I think what we see in the comic was just a shortened version of that fight. Meanwhile, one of Waller's subordinates is still struggling to understand her plan as they watch the chaos through the cameras, and Waller basically just flashes an evil smile and says it's all going according to plan. So we could look at this two ways. Either Waller is super duper righteous and she just wanted to kill two birds with one stone with this one by getting these guards and some of these inmates killed, because she basically tells the already aggressive, abusive guards to go nuts so that she can purge all the bad people in one go, or she's just super evil and wanted to set the guards up just for the sake of the plan. At this point, Deadshot, Deathstroke, and No Name team up to escape, and Deadshot suggests the best way to escape through the sewers. Deathstroke agrees and shoots No Name, exclaiming that he guesses he doesn't need them anymore, now that he knows the way out and doesn't want any tales or witnesses. And Deadshot just kinda stands there in shock like an NPC with a gun in his hand. And as I'm reading this, I'm just like, dang, I know Deathstroke is a super soldier, but damn that you literally have a weapon in your hand. Shoot him first. It's in your name is Dead. We know you won't miss. But Deadshot is just shot and left on the ground to bleed out. Soon the not so happy guard shows up to finish him off as Deathstroke escapes in the sewers. And right before he can stomp Deadshot out, none other than the Harley Quinn shows up, not to save Deadshot, but to avenge Squeakums, her pet that the guard killed. She's even wearing her old outfit. So this comic answers a lot of questions, but also raises a lot as well. I'm trying to figure out if this guy is actually Killer Moth or if he's some guy that just took up the mantle, like kind of like how you can take up the mantle of Batman or something, because it's made pretty clear that he's killed in Arkham Knight by the Red Hood. But there's no way of really knowing the truth of who this Killer Moth really is until we get the next story beat in the comics or in the game. So subscribe if you want the details on that as it comes out.